For Israel. Yeah, very interesting spellings. But the shadow banners are catching up with this new spelling. So you have to always come up with new spellings so that you're a step ahead of the shadow banners. Anyone who gets what ChatGPT says, please let me know.
I'll read mine and then I'll read Pablo's.
Okay.
So mine says, I don't have real-time data access or the ability to provide current political standings, including the specific support of members of the House and Senate. For the most recent information on political stances, I recommend checking official government websites, news sources, or contacting representatives directly. Wow. That is a PR statement.
Yes.
So let me go to Pablo. It says, as of my last knowledge update in January 2022, I don't have specific information on individual members of the U.S. House of Representatives or the Senate who may or may not support military actions in Gaza. Additionally, political positions and opinions can change over time. To find the most up-to-date information on this topic, I recommend checking recent news sources, official statements from representatives, or their respective official websites. Keep in mind that political stances or international conflicts can be complex and nuanced, and individual members may have varying opinions even within the same political party.
Okay. All right. Good. Was that from ChatGPT or?
That was Pablo's ChatGPT.
Okay. All right. Good. Now here's an interesting thing, real quick. We know our way around the internet, and we're able to come up with that list. So there's actually a good number of politicians, meaning members, representatives, and senators, who are actually supporting a ceasefire. And I think they need to be lauded because this is a very risky political position. Because IPAC, which is the American Israel Political Action Committee.
Yeah, it's the most powerful.
It's the most powerful, and they can kill your political career forever.
Yes,
they can shadow ban you forever, meaning you'll never be able to come back into politics. That's how powerful they are. But and by supporting the ceasefire, you're under that risk of IPAC pouring money for someone to run against you in your primary, and if you win your primary, in the general election.
The general election.
So I'm gonna start with the senators. There's a group of.
Where did you get your list from?
It's on a website called winwithoutwar.org. That's congressional support for ceasefire. So the senators, we have Senator Dick Durbin, Illinois. I don't know whether we have any Illinois listeners. Jeff Markley, Oregon, and then we have Chris Van Hollen, Maryland. So that's someone who's gonna get my money. And I'm sorry, people will say you're voting on one issue, you're voting emotionally. This is very important. Chris Van Hollen, you have my contribution. Elizabeth Warren, Massachusetts.
Yay.
I know we might have some people who are registered to vote in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth Warren is also supporting that.
Yeah.
And Peter Welch from Vermont. I'm surprised not to see Bernie Sanders' name on this list because I think his position is
about that.
He's been very vocal, but I don't think he's outright said that we want a ceasefire. So these are those who want a ceasefire outright, unconditionally. And then when it comes to, I don't think I can even mention all of them. I can't even count them. But
anybody from Texas? They wants to know.
There's quite a number here. So let me look for the states that I know. Tell me the state that you want me to check, and I'll check for you. So Texas, there's Greg C-A-S-A Kazar. That's Texas District 35. I don't know where that is. And then there's Joaquin Castro. I think people know Joaquin Castro.
Yes.
That's Texas District 20. So this you can Google and find out exactly where it is.
Joaquin.
Yeah. I mean, like Sibora watu wameelewa.
Joaquim.
Joaquim.
Semantic.
Excuse me.
Amesema vile Watanzania usema hiyo.
Wacha bandiwa sikusikia.
Bandiwa, luckily is not here.
Okay, let me see. Is there any other Texas?
What about the Carolinas?
There are those Texas. Ngoja tumalizane na Texas. Oh, Texas, it's only those two. Okay, let's go to the Carolinas. The north one or the south one or both?
Both of them.
Any will do.
Okay, so so in North Carolina, there's Alma Adams, North Carolina District 12. Google this district to find out if you're from North Carolina, to find out exactly where this is. And then I really don't see anyone else from North Carolina. NC, Mokoapi. NC, Mokoapi. No, I think NC. That's the only one that you have. South Carolina, I am not seeing any.
For sure, you're not going to see Tim Scott or Nikki Haley or Nimrata. Nimrata.
No, Nimrata is definitely not going to be there. That's Nikki Haley. And that's her real name, by the way. Well, what are the South Carolina? I'm not seeing any South Carolina. The ones that I'm not going to read, but I'm going to share this link on the comments so that people can review it to find out. California weko wengi. Like there's so many. I can't. I think they're like more than 20, or maybe 15 to 20 from this list, because I'm just browsing through faster. Of course, in Maryland we have Chris Van Hollen. I don't know whether we have another one. Georgia, because I know we have some Georgia people. We have Sanford Bishop. That is Georgia District 2, and then another interesting states. Virginia, we have Dawn Bayer, Virginia District 8. Let me see any other interesting state here. California, Mkoenge, Poleni, California Star. I know there's some Missouri people here, and a lot of these Kansas City people, they don't like being told they're from Kansas because they're actually from Missouri. But that's a story for another day. There's Emmanuel Cleaver, Missouri District 5. And here we are mentioning the representatives in Congress who support a ceasefire, for those who are just joining us. And then California, we're going, I can't read. I'm trying to see any other interesting. Oh, there's another one in North Carolina, Mika. Valerie Fouché. Valerie. The spelling is Foushee. I don't want people to think this is a Nigerian. So it's Valerie Fouché. I think maybe that's how it's pronounced.
Almost.
Is there
I think he wanted to say Funke.
Funke.
Is there any from Arizona or New Mexico?
Let me look at the list. So far, I've not seen anyone, but interesting.
Curry Lake for sure is not there.
I see one from Florida, Maxwell Frost, Florida District 10. That's interesting. Another interesting one I see. Oh, there's another Texas. Al Green, Texas District 9. Arizona, Mika, there's Raul Grijalva. That's Grijalva. Whatever that name is. But Raul Grijalva, that's Arizona District 7. We also have another interesting state here. And look at the comments to see if anyone wants me to look at their particular state. There's Summerlee in Pennsylvania. I know we do have some listeners from Pennsylvania. In Minnesota, there's Betty McCollum, Minnesota District 4. And then in Massachusetts, we have James P. McGovern, Massachusetts District 2.
That is my representative.
Okay, now
sorry.
Okay, now talk to the people who you know in that district and tell them this is the guy to give money.
Easy win.
Maryland, Kwesi Mfume, Maryland District 7. So that's another one that was expected. And then of course Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, New York District
Standard
14.
operating procedure.
Yeah, of course, Ilhan Omar, Minnesota District 5. And then, let me see another interesting. Mark Pocan, Wisconsin. I don't know whether we have Wisconsin listeners, but this is one of those states that maybe you don't expect, but Wisconsin District 2. And then Maryland, we have Jamie Raskin. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Jamie Raskin. Yes. That's Maryland District 8.
Say goes full throttle against the idiots and that committee.
Oh yeah, January 6th. Yeah, and then we have Terry Sewell, Alabama. That's interesting. I never expected anyone from Alabama. And then let me see any other interesting states. Mississippi, Benny Thompson.
Yes.
Then of
J6.
Course, then we have that's Mississippi District 2, and then we have Rashida Tlaib, Michigan District 12. Of course, that one most already know. And then there is one from New York called Paul Tonko, New York District 20. And then any other interesting, Virginia, Jennifer Wexton, District 10. And Georgia, Nikema Williams, District 5. So ndo hapo. Mika, here you have something to say.
Yeah, my question is this. It's, by state, it's easy because we can... how many of those congressmen or Congress people are actually Republicans and Democrats?
So actually, unfortunately, this list that I have here has not listed their party affiliations, but because people are very experts here on doing this analysis, I'm gonna share this link in the comments, and someone can do a quick the same ChatGPT that has issues, try to find out where all these people are from and share with us that information, rather the parties, because I only shared the states, because this is a bipartisan issue. It's both parties. So these people have put themselves on the line, you know, like, and some people may say, you know, they're just saying it. But when you do this, you put yourself on the line with IPAC, and they are already collecting money to take you out. So let's give them credit for that.